In his first visit to Ghana after assuming his tour of duty as Deputy Assistant Secretary for West Africa, William B. Stevens joined the U.S. Embassy's media roundtable here in Accra that sought to discuss emerging issues of mutual importance. A burning question on the table was about President Trump's policy on immigration.
But broadly, when you say deportations, that's talking about people from Ghana who have been in America who are now being sent back to Ghana. So we're deporting them back home to Ghana. And that is broadly, or any country, right? They've come to our country. They may have violated an immigration law. They've stayed illegally. They may have committed a crime and served their time and now are being sent home because they're no longer have valid status as a non-immigrant in the United States. So that's that. Then you have these people who have come to the United States and have abused the migration system, but have, for some reason or another, an inability to go home to their home country. And that is, and then finally we have and I don't believe this applies in Ghana, but we have people who are coming to the United States to seek refugee status. And essentially, we're asking for some countries around the world to say, well, we know that the United States doesn't have room at the moment for these refugees. Would you be willing to go to? And then we have entered into agreements with countries around the world where people can go as what's called a safe third country agreement, where they can go and say, well, I can't be a refugee in the United States, but perhaps I could go to Malawi. I'm making it up, but and we believe that some people would say, well, actually, I just really wanted to go to the United States. And we have seen President Trump's made it very clear that people have been abusing our migration system for many, many years, to the point where we have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people in the United States illegally. And that's what this is about. It's about the president's priority and why we have focused on it around the world in protecting our borders and enforcing our laws. And we're grateful to our partners who have helped us do that.
Already, authorities in the U.S. have confirmed the detention of Ghana's former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, who is being tried in absentia by the special prosecutor. Ghanaians earlier raised questions before Ofori-Atta's detention as to why the U.S. government was unable to immediately extradite the former government official.
We are always open to receiving extradition requests. That is absolutely a firm part of any good bilateral relationship. It's certainly ours. The process of evaluating an extradition request is on the American side is very well established, and it is not generally very quick. And so we receive a request. It goes through the various mechanisms that we have to undertake. But the door is always open for those requests. There's no individual case that can be prejudged because U.S. judges make decisions.
It is unclear what the future holds for the former finance minister, but what remains is the third state agreement between the government of Ghana and the United States to receive West African deportees from the United States.